What up, y'all? It's your boy Deez back in the building. Kind of tired. It's been a late day. Had to do a lot. Either way, new unboxing. Audio Technica ATH-R70x professional open back reference headphones. I know I just did a review on the WA audio joints. Great speakers, love them. But this is actually my first pair of open back reference headphones. Now, I really didn't think I was going to be a headphone guy, but do a lot of mixing on my own records, a lot of mixing to other people's stuff, and I really just think you need several different pairs just so that it just makes mixing easier when you have a couple of different things to reference from. You know, if it sounds great in this headphones and it sounds great in these headphones and it sounds great in those headphones, it's gonna sound great anywhere, you know. And this is probably my last pair of headphones. I'm not gonna lie, I don't need any more. This will be pair number 4. I have my Neumanns, my WAs, and them Atom audio joints, and now these are brand spanking new. And shout out to my contact Brad at Audio Technica for sending me a pair of these. I've never had a pair of open back reference headphones. So basically the thing with open back reference headphones is there is no side backing that stops you from hearing the music or the music coming out. And this is to sound more like your straight up speakers. This is to sound more like a mixing environment. Open back headphones are specifically made for that reason, for mixing environments and to create a mixing environment. If you're a true end mixer and you want a true pair of headphones, you should get you a pair of open back headphones. Now, you can't record with these in any way, shape, or form because the speakers are open back. So the audio is coming out and you can't record with these, but you can always mix with these. So most of my headphones serve a multi-purpose. Not only do I mix with them, but I record with them also. So I've never had a pair of open back, but have always wanted to get a pair. And when I saw Audio Technica had a new pair coming out, I was like, why not? You know, it's about time that I get them. And I really enjoy Audio Technica. I haven't had a lot of Audio Technica stuff over in the previous years, but one of my first mics, I think, was an AT-40, I want to say. I don't remember what brand it is. Please don't quote me. But one of my first mics was an Audio Technica microphone. And you know, they always put out quality stuff. I really like their shotgun microphone. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that soon for this specific reason, for recording videos, because hearing myself off of the what is this thing called? The phone speaker is just not the business. So it's well boxed, as you can tell. It's taking me a minute to get through it. So it comes in good packaging, like a box in a box, actually. So this is the box. It's a box in a box. Wow. Let's see what we get. There's an arrow here telling me to open it from this side. Oh, and there's an arrow here telling me to open it from this side. Oh, wow, snazzy. So you open it and then it kind of flips like that. Wow, I like it. I like the way it comes out. And then, oh, wow. So it's like in this V thing with this. There's your headphones. And let's see what else we get. Instruction manual, probably warranty, you know, all of that. And you get a nice velvety bag, almost like a crushed velvety bag. Now, you don't get a hard case. Which one came with a hard case? The Warm Audios came with a hard case. If I'm not mistaken, the Atom Audios came with a bag also. So, you know, this comes with a bag. I don't really think you need a hard case for any pair of headphones. I don't know why you would need a hard case for any pair of headphones. Doesn't make any sense to me. Oh wow, these are interesting. They are actually wired for both sides. It looks like you have a stereo wire that goes to both sides of your headphones. So you don't pick a side, both sides actually have headphones that are connected to them. So a left and a right, and there's a stickers on the side. I'm guessing these are just, oh, this is metal, so it's just to save it from causing any damage or anything like that. All of this is metal, so they feel okay. I don't feel like they feel ridiculously sturdy, and I don't feel like they feel ridiculously cheap. I think, you know, they feel fine to me. And the adjustment section is right there. I got a pretty small head, so, you know, I always kind of have to use the smallest version you could possibly get. And there we go. We'll listen real quick, see what we think. I do think the double, it's a long wire or a long straight cord. So if you're a curly cord guy, you're not getting them with these. These aren't labeled, so it doesn't look like there's a particular side that needs to go in or anything like that. It looks like you just plug one side in, plug the other side in. Yeah, it doesn't have a label left or right. Now, right seems to be, but your headphones do. Right and left is right here, but your wire does not, which I think is weird. But I guess left and right will be known or figured out. I don't know. All right, so here we go. Let's plug it up. See what we got. Listen to some music. Let's do something. That's crazy. I just like listening on the outside. Now, what's funny or interesting about open back is they're not as loud on the outside as I would have thought they would be. You know, they sound extremely out loud to me right now here, but when I put them this way, it's just like, oh, is somebody listening to music? You know. Your love is a... All right, cool. So, referencing. I forgot I actually had this headphone out. Oh, that's louder. So, Neumann, Audio, Warm Audio, all three, and this one. Let's see. I'm gonna plug them all up to my headphone amp. I'll set them all at the same level, and I'll just reference back and forth, and then we'll see which one is dope. Now, price point wise, the Neumanns hands down are the most expensive ones. Remember, the cheapest ones are Warm Audio. Second place right now would be the ATH-R70s. How much they run for, I do not know yet. Let me make sure to get that information. So let me set these all at 2 clicks. 2 clicks, 2 clicks, 2 clicks. All right, so they're all at 2 clicks. Let me see the price point for this real quick before I tell you the wrong price. I don't want to tell you the wrong price. You know what I'm saying? Audio Technica ATH-R70x. R70x. All right, so they running for like, well, some people say $349, some people say $296. So it looks like you can get them for about $300. About $300. So yes, these are second place. The Neumanns are, well, hold on, the Neumann NDH, aren't the Neumanns about the same price? NDH-20s? Oh no, never mind. Neumanns normally run for 500, 550, 400. All right, so yeah, the Neumanns still running more. All right, so here we go. Like it? Feel like the mix is nice. Way more highs. I hear the snare like ridiculous in these. And the volume in general seems louder. Probably because of the simple fact that it's a closed back. Hi-hat is way out front in those. Bass sounds way better in here though. I really hear the mix in here. I really hear like the vocals of Aaliyah. Like in actuality, these make the mix sound 10 times better than my and I love my NDH-20s. Yeah, snare is so out front. So out front. Warm Audio. Louder than the NDH-20s. Snare is still way out front. But I kind of like how the vocals sound. I mean, it's just loud. Like, oh my God. We got to turn those down. Those are loud. I think I've always said the WAs are louder though. Adam Audios, I hear the bass. Snare is still. So surprisingly, I like the mix sound in the Adam Audios. I mean, the NDH-20s are nice though too. But open back, man. All right, so. Woo, listen. Wow. Impressive. If you don't have a pair of open back headphones, I suggest you get them because for one listen, I can tell it's going to be game changing to my mixers. All the closed back headphones were loud, like ridiculously loud when it came to volume. The volume in these was just different. And it's obviously because it's an open back. Not so much information is being forced down your ears. And it has a place to go. I really enjoyed the mix. Like I said, at first, it when I just listened to them originally, it didn't sound impressive. I'm not gonna lie. It just sounded like, oh, these is kind of low. I need to turn these up. But that was one thing also. It also made me realize that I listened to so much in headphones, probably too loud. I probably listened to a lot way too loud. So these, though, once I put on the Neumanns, which I'll tell you, these are my favorites. Neumann, the snare was just like way too loud. It was like, yo, this needs to, like, if I would have been mixing on this and I would have went to that, I would have turned the snare down. I'm not even gonna lie, I would have turned the snare down because the snare just sounded like it was just pop, pop, pop every single time. It was like it was just way out front. It was doing way too much, and it was just distracted. In all honesty, it was just way too distracted. But then when I went to Warm Audio, same thing. Snare was just way out front. And then when I went to the audio, the Atom audio joints, the snare was still way out front. So each one, the snare was always way out front, and it was just doing way too much. So eventually I just realized that, oh, that's what's happening with the closed back. The snare is just bang, way out there. Now, all three gave me a completely different mix. I'm not gonna lie, all three gave me a completely different sound. I felt like Warm Audio was just loud, like they bumped up. I think when I did the original Warm Audio unboxing, I said they felt like they were about 2 dB higher than, or in more volume than the rest of the speakers, and they still sound that way. They still sound like they're way louder than all the other headphones I have. So they obviously did some engineering in there to tweak them to make them give them a little boost. The Atom audio joints sound a little bit in between. So the Neumanns have probably the lowest, and the Warm Audio is probably the highest as far as volume dB wise. But then the Atom audio is kind of in the middle, and the mix is pretty good. I really like that. I really like all four of my headphones. I enjoy these now too because I think these are great, and I think these are going to be a great addition to my mix, especially like how I want to finalize my mix and how I want my mix to really sound. Because these made that 1 in a Million record sound hot. It made Aaliyah's voice sound sultry. And I don't think I've ever listened to it in that context and heard it that way. So I know whoever mixed it really mixed the hell out of it, because it was like, yo, these made it sound even better. It was almost like I missed out on parts of the mix until I got these and I heard that. And then I could hear the bass a lot better, which was interesting because it's an open back. So, I'm thinking the bass is going to be the loudest thing you hear in here, and it wasn't. It was that snare. That snare was just ridiculous. It was out the wall. So, Audio-Technica ATH-R70Xs, y'all don't need to hear me talk no more. They run for about $300. Pick them up if you can. I think they're a great pair. I think they're probably my best pair of headphones now, hands down. And my Neumanns cost me $500 some odd. I would actually love to hear the ND H30s. There's an open back version of these. Man, if I could get my hand on an open back version of these and ABM with these, but Neumann, holla at me, man. Holla at me and send me a pair if y'all want to send me a pair. But I'm not trying to spend. Listen, them NDH30s, I don't even know how much they cost. Let's look it up. I don't even know how much they cost, but I'm not trying to spend that on no pair of headphones. Well, shoot, it looks like you can get a open pack from, what's it called, for $500 for the same price as the 20s for $500. But it looks like regular price is $650. Yeah, regular price is $650. So extra $100 for the open back. So $550 for the clothes and an extra $100 for the open back. $650, which I probably should have just got the open back if I would have known that. But like I said, for myself, they serve two different purposes. Now these will most definitely be a mixing pair. But either way, love them. Give them a great review. Pick them up if you can. If you need a pair of open back headphones. I think these are great. Quality, like I said, yeah, I would give the quality about a 7. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's horrible. You know, I think it'd be fine. I just think if you were like, I don't think, well, the thing is, I'm thinking for traveling and stuff like that, but I don't think anybody that's using these is traveling heavy with them. And then you get the little velvet bag, you keep them in the bag, you unplug the cords, you should be fine. But, you know, if you banging them around, I could see this getting bent. You know, this metal part right here isn't the most sturdiest metal in the world. You know, I feel like they most definitely tried to make them efficient in a way where they didn't have to spend a lot of money, so that they didn't have to hike up the price point. I mean, because open back is a very unique process, and I can tell that they didn't want to do too much, because you know, the more you do, then you might end up in that price point like Neumann, $600 some odd for a pair of headphones, and people are not trying to spend $600 for a pair of headphones. They're most definitely trying to get these out. So I would pick them up though. I think they're great. I think they're wonderful. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take this off, and these are getting put in my rotation.